What's going on? I'm Tyler Sabino, and I'm your host of the first episode of Tech to Me Nice. Tech to Me Nice is a show that's going to be about amplifying diverse voices that hit every sector of the entertainment industry. I'm excited to have one of my close friends, creative directors, visionaries, forward thinkers, Dunny, with me today. Dunny, can you give a quick little intro about what you do and who you are?
Yeah, definitely. I'm Dunny West. I've been creative director for aging myself like 15 years. All the world's realms of creative photography, video production, graphic design, extremely heavy there. Jumped around from fashion, music, television, film, kind of wherever something was interesting to me, I would just dive deep into it. And that led me to working with music artists, labels, independent fashion brands, bigger fashion brands. Led me to working with Puff. Been working with him for almost like 8 or 9 years now. Worked with him personally, and then now I'm at Revolt as creative director.
It's funny because AI is the buzzword right now in tech, and what's really funny about it is that people didn't really take AI serious until that Drake song. Yeah. That Drake AI song, they were like, oh shit, like that's not Drake. And the song was fire. I think it was called like Heart on My Sleeve. The song was super fire. And that was just one way that AI is being used, right, for image and likeness. But as we know, AI is being used for so many different things right now. But it was funny, I remember being on the Shade Room, right, which is my new, it's the modern day news in a lot of ways. Like Shade Room has shit before everybody. But like, I remember seeing these images of Marvel, DC type characters, and I look and it was created by Dunny. I'm like, of course Dunny created this. So can you kind of explain what Midjourney is, how you used AI to kind of like go viral in a sense, and what exactly, like how did you prompt them? Like, can you go through that process?
Definitely. So Midjourney is probably one of the most well-known AI platforms, very easy, user-friendly, just like text to images. You put your prompt together and then it creates that image. When I was introduced to it by one of the younger homies, because I felt like an old guy, and I was like, I have no idea what the fuck AI is. Walk me through it. I was like, okay, I get it. Playing with AI though, I started to realize though it had a lot of deficiencies, right? Like it could give me a general concept, but it couldn't be really defined.
Right.
So that's when I started to like come up with an outrageous idea. What would Drake as Thor be as a Marvel character? And I asked it that question, and the first iterations it gave it, it's terrible. But then it also helped me understand like its limits.
Right.
And I was like, okay, you were closer than if I had a random person from Fiverr do it.
Right.
But you still needed a lot more information. So I was like, okay, just my background in creative, let me start to fill the gaps. So then I started building really, really precise references for every single character I had created, to then get to that final end result that the world sees. But
so who was it? Drake?
Yeah, it was like Drake was Thor, 21 Savage was Iron Man, Travis Scott was Spider-Man, Kendrick Lamar was Black Panther. I made Chris Brown Silver Surfer, and I don't know why. It's funny to me at the moment.
Kendrick as Black Panther is very fitting. It's very fitting, yeah.
And there was also a conversation that kept brewing from like, people were offended that certain rappers were certain heroes.
Right.
Like I made Future Daredevil.
Yeah.
And it was really because I couldn't think of any other Marvel character that wore sunglasses as much as Future.
Right.
So I was like, yo,
that's facts. That's facts. Yeah.
But people were really trying to like string it together. Like, no, his powers was like,
right.
This is just, I was just going off of aesthetics.
Right. And you kind of created, like I saw in the comments from Shade, because I remember seeing it on Shade Room and then talking to you about it. I'm like, bro, like you're creating like your own like little like verses in a sense. They were like, oh, like Drake as Thor. Like I was like, Drake is strong as shit. People were arguing.
Really should have been, and then of course, racism came out of nowhere.
Right.
I made all these black superhero characters.
Right.
Like 21 Savage's Iron Man, it would never happen. Like, all right, like,
right.
That deep.
But that's exactly it. You used AI to enhance your imagination, and then I think
even releasing it too, I kind of already knew the power of what the conversation was going to be.
Right.
I had, if you were to check my Midjourney, I had at least 50 other ideas.
Right.
And I was like, if I'm going to actually put one out there, what's going to drive the most conversation?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it did.
No, and then I think you hit on a good point too. It's like people are like, oh, AI is going to take people's jobs, right? You're a creative director. You've been doing this. You still need to prompt everything properly.
Yeah. Like, that's the reason why I got into it. I was scared for my job for a second. I was like, was this thing going to take this shit away from me?
Right.
But then as soon as you get under the hood, you're like, oh.
Right.
It's like this thing is still going to need an operator.
You still need it, right? And I think that's why I want to touch on. It's like you've been in this game for a minute, and then other people are like, oh, Chat GPT, like even with the writers, they're like, oh, like it's gonna take you still need to be a creative, you still need to prompt it, right? You still need to add your flavor into it. A robot can't teach a robot how to have like real like it can't be as creative.
Especially cultural nuance.
That's exactly it, right? So with you doing that, and that's just one example, right? But everything from, Carisha Please to everything that you're involved with, you're using modern tech to amplify everything. And if you're not with the times, you're gonna get stuck, in the past. So with you doing that, I'm like, yo, this is fire. And then creating that, like I saw other people started like, with Midjourney, other people started prompting things similar. Like they started using like NASCAR drivers and like they started using other, like you like created a trend. And I'm gonna give you the credit for it because I know that they haven't, but like you created a trend and people were like, oh shit, like we could use this to make things that are not ever gonna really happen in real life. Like we're never gonna see future. And I'm maybe, right? But like, that's really what they are, right? We made them bigger than life. I saw like Giannis as like a Marvel DC character, Trae Young, like you think of like Ice Trae. So, and you doing that, I think that's fire.